Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gin and Juice podcast. My name is Melissa.
My name is Melanie.
Welcome back for another week of some gin, a little bit of juice. We'd like to thank our sponsors.
Yes, Hungry Root is who is sponsoring this episode today, and I'm so excited to tell you about them.
We just have one.
Just Hungry Root.
Well, thank you, Hungry Root, for sponsoring today's episode. Child, Married at First Sight is crazy. And I'm officially caught up, so we will be talking about that. I have a lot of notes to go through just on like the logistical side of the page, and then the content, meaning the actors. Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I'm Mel.
Girl, let me tell you, I only had maybe a little less than half of that drink.
When you're drinking, you just got to drink more.
I am a strongly worded email.
Actually, that feels in line, though.
It's not.
No, listen. And every now and again, when somebody get out of line, you just yell, pop the trunk.
I'm the juice to her gin. Did we hit record?
Is it working? Is it on?
Okay, so we're going to start with long story short. If you're new here, we're real life sisters. And we get on the podcast every single week, talk about what the heck we want to talk about. And we normally start with a little segment we call Long Story Short, where we catch you up on all the things that have happened over the course of the week. How was your week?
I don't have any long story shorts.
No? You know, low-key, I really don't either. I did go to the Black Excellence brunch. It was a Disney Black Excellence brunch. I went to that yesterday. Actually, I didn't realize there were two. That's not true. There were two Black Excellence brunches this week. There was one on Friday and one on Sunday. Oh. And I was supposed to go to the one on Friday. And the way that I was just telling Courtney, the fatigue in my body is so, I told Kevin, I was like, oh, I think I understand what fatigue is. It's not tired because you've been doing stuff all the time and you're like mentally tired, physically tired, whatever, because you've done stuff. It's a tired where you don't have the motivation. You're not quite sure because you haven't done anything, but you still just feel.
Yeah.
That's how I was feeling all day on Friday.
What was the theme of Friday's brunch?
It was Warner Brothers. Black Excellence brunch. Sponsored by Warner Brothers.
Oh, got it. Mm-hmm. For something in particular, though? Like they have a movie, a show, or just
I didn't go, so I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Whatever it was, they announced while they were there, and I didn't go.
Okay.
So I don't know. So, yeah, I just was like, I don't know what this is. Like, I just couldn't pull it together. And then the thought of going, and I had to come back. Joe was supposed to take his
driver's thing.
The written exam. Because this baby is driving. Okay. It blows my mind. I let him practice in my car, and I had a big old car. My car now is a little bit smaller, but like I let him practice in it, and he actually does pretty good. Joe's problem is that he's one of those people that doesn't like to look like a beginner.
Oh.
So he almost appears too comfortable behind the wheel to only have driven
a couple times.
And so I have to remind him, you need both hands on the wheel. I don't understand what's happening. He's chilling. He gets to the red light. He takes his hands off the wheels. And I'm just like, I don't understand.
He's been doing this for a while.
Yes, it very much gives. I've done this before. It's not that big of a deal. I remember being so stressed about driving, holding the wheel. My hand would cramp because you would be holding so tight.
Yeah.
He is very, even when he turns, I'm telling him hand over hand. He's, you don't even know my car. You have to know someone's car to understand how it turns before you're just one hand turning.
Yeah.
Why are you so comfortable? I don't understand why you are so comfortable. It cracks me up how this is a Kevin trait. It's very much I know what I'm doing. You don't have to worry about me. It's very, very much a Kevin trait. And he has it. He does not like looking like he doesn't know what he's doing. And so he does a good job, though. I'm not even going to lie to you. He drives low-key really, really good to literally have driven a handful of times.
Did he take the test?
So we go to, this is the whole point of the story. So we go to the DMV and I'm popping the trunk on myself. I got home almost to tears. I was so mad and frustrated with myself. Oh my God, I was in the car like shaking because I was so mad. So we go to the DMV. You guys know when you go to the DMV, you need 35 pieces of documentation to prove that you are who you say you are. Okay. And so for a minor, you have to bring, actually, I think it's across the board, to be completely honest with you, birth certificate or passport. And then 2 forms of like a bill to show your residence. So I bring my mortgage statement, I bring my electric bill, I bring Joe's passport, and I bring his birth certificate. Mind you, you only need 1 form of ID and 2 forms of the residency. Yeah. Okay? I bring 2 forms of ID, 2 forms of residency. I want to cover all my bases. We get there, we get in line, everything's fine. I get to the front, and I'm like, I'm going to give you the passport because I know that's government official.
Yeah.
You know, like I do have the birth certificate, but you might have questions on, is this an official copy? Is it a certified copy? Is this original? I don't even really want to have that conversation with you. Take this little boy's passport, okay? And his passport doesn't expire till like 2028, so I know I'm good. Yeah. But we just got it renewed. I'm good. Yeah, 20, because he turns 18. I think you have to do it again at 18. Anyway, we get there. I hand her over the passport and the 2 forms. And in LA, you have to take like a training course online, and they send you like a certification. They call it like the pink slip or something like that. So I hand her that. So we're waiting. So she's looking at it, looking at me. Mind you, I told you guys on Friday, I didn't feel like doing nothing. So I look like I didn't feel like doing nothing. Okay. I'm very much a sweats girl in a t-shirt, and please get out of my face. So she's looking at the paperwork, looking at me, looking at the paperwork, looking at me, looking at the paperwork, looking at me. And she says, do you have, his birth certificate? And I'm like, I do. I know you don't need it, but like, girl, here it is. So I hand her that, and she's like, okay, I'm going to have you fill out this application. Mind you, we did it online, but Joe needed to sign it. She's like, I'm going to have you fill out this application. I'll be right back. I'm like, this is so weird, but like, okay, whatever. So she prints it out. I have Joe sign it. She comes back and she says, we're not going to be able to accept this.
Why?
So I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Well, the birth certificate, which I don't know why it says this, but let me finish the story. What she says is the birth certificate has your maiden name on it.
I was just about to say.
So I said, and she was like, I was trying to find in our system the trace of your name change, but because you probably got married in a different state, I don't have it in our system. And I was like, I got married in Washington. So she says, do you have California state ID?
Yeah.
Again, what do you want from me? I have all the documentation. Here it is. And so I said, well, don't use the birth certificate. Yeah. Like, that's an easy fix. I have the passport. She's like, well, unfortunately, the passport doesn't have your name on it. Then why does your website say that I could use his passport? So she goes, do you happen to have your marriage license?
I say, you need your marriage license, your marriage certificate.
So I say, no. Well, do you have a bill that has your husband's name? He's not here.
Yeah.
No.
As soon as you show that, they probably going to be, we need his ID. He not here.
Yes. So then she says, well, do you happen to have a grade form? What is it called? The grade form? Like when you get your grades? Report card. Do you have a report card that has his birth date on it?
His birthday?
Girl, what are we talking about? So Joe is like, no, but I have like my school ID. Unfortunately, I can't take that. So you can't take the passport. You can't take the birth certificate. You can't use my ID. You can't use Joe's, none of these things. You can't use the passport. But you mean to tell me I can go home and literally Google the school logo, stick it on a sheet of paper, make up some names, make up some grades, put his birth certificate on it, and give it to you, and that would be good? Not the government federal passport.
That's so crazy.
But a school report card? And not even the ID? A school, girl, it's 2025. A lot of things can be forged and fake. You mean to tell me that that's what you need to link all this? So she's like, unfortunately, because it has your maiden name, I can't link him to you, which means I can't link him to this address.
Oh. Why? How come the birth certificate has your maiden name?
She said in some states that's what they do.
I was like,
Fully married by this time.
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. What happened? Why would they revert back?
Fully married.
At that point.
Mind you, I just did this a couple years ago with Isaiah. None of this happened.
I was going to say, did that not happen then?
No. So it pissed me off because I got in the car and I was like, first of all, if your website says only one form and passport is one of them.
Yeah.
And that says Fredericks, mind you. His passport says Fredericks. My ID says Fredericks. And the bills I gave you say Fredericks. The only thing that introduced Marshall was the birth certificate that I didn't give you at first.
Yeah, you asked for it.
You asked for it and caused the confusion. You only needed one.
Wait, so how come what was wrong with the passport again? Oh, because your name isn't on there. Because a passport only doesn't have parents' names.
And it never does.
It never does.
So if it was never good enough, why was it an acceptable form of ID to begin with for a minor? That's my point.
Yeah.
So I got in the car because I didn't ask for a manager. And I got in the car, and as I started going through everything we talked about, I said,
this doesn't make
sense.
Yeah.
If a passport is not good enough, you shouldn't have passport. If you need to link the baby to me, and you know it's a federal document. States, they're different. And I understand that. Washington State, for whatever reason, puts the maiden name. I don't know why. That's what they do.
Put maiden name and then married name, though. How come they didn't put both? That's also really weird.
I don't know.
I feel like California, it may have both on there.
And that's my point. If it's by state and states do things differently, I understand that. But what you should say on the website is, if you have something other than a California state birth certificate and it has your maiden name, please be sure to include your marriage certificate.
They should also ask him, is she your mom? Are you missing anywhere? Are you trying to get away? Blink twice if you need to run away. If all of these things are fine and you're at the airport, they just be like to McKinley, hey, who is that lady? My mom. To Micaiah, who is that? Mommy. Okay, go ahead. I can take him out the country, but you can't.
I was pissed off. I got in the car shaking mad because I said, Melissa, why would you let this woman do you like this? Why would you let her do you like this? You know how difficult it is to schedule a DMV appointment? You know how difficult it is to take time out of your day, pick up your child from school. Mm-hmm. We had to go get lunch to make sure he don't pass out. Make sure I'm quizzing him on the stuff on the way there, pulling up practice tests, making sure, because I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
And I get here and I have my ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Printed last time I went and I was like, I have an electronic copy. They were like, unfortunately, we can't take an electronic copy. You have to print it out. Baby, it won't happen again. So guess what? It's printed. It is the most recent. Yeah. Printed. This is the most recent. Here's his birth certificate. I mean, I didn't even give it. I had it. But the confusion entered because you was asking for stuff you didn't need. My ID says Fredericks. His passport says Fredericks.
The bills say Fredericks.
Those are
your connecting.
That's it. That's all. If you needed additional things, my point is your website should say that. And I should have made us think about the fact that you were asking me for stuff that's not on your website. So I was never prepared to begin with. And that's not my fault, baby. That's yours. Follow the rules of engagement that you established that I went by. So if you can't do it, give me your manager.
So now you got to go back.
So now I have to go back.
That's so annoying.
In the car, pissed to the point, I know as parents you would do this, and my boys make fun of me and Kevin for doing this because I know this is a Mary Marshall trait. Got in the house, pissed, almost to tears. I was so mad at myself. Call the boys in. Don't you ever let nobody. If you did everything you were supposed to
give
do,
them life lessons.
I sure did. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. They were like, Joe said, are you going to be okay? No. I was so mad. If you follow everything you're supposed to do, you ask to speak to a manager. Find someone who can tell you yes. You don't have to take no as your first answer. When you know you did everything. Now, if you're wrong, walk away and shut up. But if you know you did right, you don't have to take these people no. You stand there and tell them, you're going to have to explain to me why this is a no. And if you can't do it, I need to speak to a manager. And while we're here, can we pull up the website? I said, I know we have taught you guys to be nice, and I'm not saying you don't have to be. But you can be polite and say no. You don't have to be nice. Mm-hmm. You can be polite and respectful, but you need to tell these people no. And they were literally like, This is like a lot
We're
for like the fact that we just
trying
like
to
just
go-
rescheduled the appointment. Like they were not, and I was so mad at myself. I was so mad that I allowed that woman to tell me no. Oh my God, I was so mad.
That is annoying.
So yeah. Listen to me. I'm so frustrated about it. I did go back to look for I called Kev and he was like, I don't even think I have our marriage certificate. And I was like, I don't think I have it either. I went in our little safe. It's not in there. I ordered it because I was like, we really should have it. I'm not bringing it to the next appointment.
I'm going to have it, but I'm not going to bring it.
I promise you. I may leave it in the car, but I'm not going
I was
to.
about to say you should have it just in case the manager comes and it says,
I want the smoke so bad. Like I've rehearsed it now at this point that I'm like,
ready for it.
Oh, I put everything that I brought, I put it in a little Ziploc bag. I put it in the safe so I can pull that same little packet back out.
Yeah.
And when I go back, I dare you to tell me no because now I'm prepared.
Yeah.
Because now I'm ready. You caught me slipping, but I promise you. I'm sorry, what did you say? That's fantastic. I actually no longer want to speak to you. Is there a manager available? I need to divulge as to why this is the case when your website says.
It's not going to happen next time.
And I know that's exactly what I think is going to happen.
The next person is going to be the person who did say it. They're going to be like, this is great. Congrats. Take the test. See you next time. You're going to be
I promise you I want the smoke so
unfulfilled.
bad. I promise you I want the smoke so bad.
There's going to be no one to argue with.
I know. And I'm coming in just.
They're going to be like, hi, sign here. Thanks. Bye. Next. B187. B187.
That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to be like, I don't understand why she came in with so much energy. Like, it was fine. Here's your stamp. Go take a picture. It's done. You mean tell me that's it?
Yes.
You going to accept all this? You don't have no problems.
Well, last time I came, the lady was
you gotta
rude
get out. You gotta get it out.
They're gonna be like,
because not you being nice.
They're gonna look at you like your
the
kid
other
was
lady was rude. Okay, and she was wrong while we're here. I was so mad that when I got home, I went on the DMV website to make a complaint. I promise to God, the only thing that stopped me is they want to stop fraud. I'm not interested in fraud. I wouldn't tell you how your employee was wrong.
You went to Yelp. You went on the wrong site. You got to go to Yelp. Leave 1 star.
It said, do you suspect fraud? Yes, your employee was frauding me out of my son. Because I have a C-section shot from whence he came. You gonna tell me he ain't mine?
B187. B187. Please. Get this lady out of here.
I was so mad. I was so mad at myself. So yes, that is my long story short.
Now's a great time to tell you that if grocery shopping and meal planning leaves you mad at yourself, okay, I want to tell you about Hungry Root. I have a problem that I never have time. I never have time or mental capacity to be able to think about grocery shopping and think about what we're going to eat. And so it stresses me out. But that all changes thanks to Hungry Root. It's the easiest way to eat healthy. Hungry Root is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped into one. They take care of the weekly grocery shopping, recommending healthy groceries and meals tailored to your taste, nutrition preferences, and health goals. They make it easy to eat high-quality, nutritious food and achieve any diet or health goals from anti-inflammatory to gut-friendly, gluten-free or dairy-free, high-protein, and more. Amen to gut-friendly. Amen. Is that a category? We need that to just be the category. Shopping, planning, and cooking food really can be simple and stress-free. Just tell them about your goals and preferences, and they fill your cart with personalized recommendations that get smarter as they learn more about what you liked or didn't love. We love an algorithm-infused meal planning system, okay? You learn as I tell you what I like and don't, and you just learn on the way and then adjust your recommendations off of that. I love that. So I am waiting and excited to receive my Hungry Root meal plans and food. I think it's going to, like I said, timing is just always an issue for me in my life. I have 2 children who eat quite a bit. And so having to figure out what the heck to feed them is just very stressful. So I'm very excited to be getting my order from Hungry Root and being able to try it out, having some variety, having some new things, because that's also the problem with cooking is like, what are we going to eat that I didn't make last week? And so Hungry Root is going to help me with all of of that. You're going to love Hungry Root as much as I do. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off of your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/GJ.
GJ.
And use code GJ. That's hungryroot.com/GJ, code GJ to get 40% off of your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/GJ, code GJ.
Fabulous. Someone said they're going to ask for a birth certificate, and I'm going to show them my C-section scar.
They're going to kick you out?
I wish I would have said it. I really should have been like, girl, yes, here's his birth certificate.
Here's the scar.
This is a scar that proves he was born from me. What else do you want?
Pull up Instagram.
Because
here's the day I had him. Here's the
literally-
picture of us in the
literally.
hospital with that same
Come on.
pink and blue hat that every kid in America has. Here's
literally.
ours.
This is me in
He's
the
mine.
hospital. I tell her all the story. This is me, my husband, my brother-in-law, and this other guy. And when we got into the hospital, the lady asked, "Who's the father?" And Kev said, no, Jay. I think it was actually Jay said, "We don't know. That's why we're all here."
You tell that story, she gonna be like, "See, get out. I need the marriage certificate and the birth certificate. I need all the things because you don't even know who the father of your children are."
Girl, what? Yes, this is the day he
Don't
was
tell that
born.
story.
And these were the three
not
possible
gonna help.
father options.
It's not gonna help your claim at all. It's not gonna help you.
Oh, no, that's one of my favorite Jason stories because why would he do that?
That's funny.
Why would he do that? All right, moving on to, you want to do the shows? You want to do,
We could do the shows because we got a few of them to get through.
okay, where you want to start, girl?
What else do we have Married at First Sight, but we have to do Traitors, and then I finally watched the very darkly lit show. I got caught up,
Oh, Paradise.
and that episode was good.
Right?
It was a good one.
Let's go in that order.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go in that order. Married at First Sight. I need to pull up the cast because
I haven't watched this in years. First of
that's
all,
actually where I want to start. Let's do the logistics.
I haven't watched this show in years. I started watching and then told Melissa about it. Was it pandemic is when? No, it was longer than that because you guys
I started watching it in pandemic.
No, when did you guys start your show?
During the pandemic.
Oh, well, then that's what happened.
Yeah.
I started watching and told Melissa, didn't I tell you about this show?
I think you did.
And then fell off of watching. So
And I
haven't
kept going.
watched in a very long time. Obviously, they had the podcast, Bald and Beautiful podcast. Watched it for a long time.
Well, I was really in the beginning during the pandemic. It was
Yes.
one of the really great seasons. I don't
It
remember
was-
who it was,
I don't
what
either.
city it was, but it was so good. I was like, oh my God, that's the best thing
was
ever.
so good.
And then we did the Bald and the Beautiful. And then at the end of the Bald and Beautiful, I was not only turned off, I was turned off by the show. I thought it was too long.
Oh.
They weren't really doing, the episodes were like 2 hours. The couples weren't for real.
Why do they get to be so long?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
And this is on TV. Why?
Yes.
How come they don't abide by?
And there's 3,000
Runtime limits.
episodes.
Yes.
There's so many episodes. It was like a lot. And I was like, I am no longer committed to this. Like, I'm no longer interested. So I haven't watched it in a long time. But to that end,
Okay.
these are the initial notes that I had. Number one, I thought that Devon Franklin was the new,
Oh, is he?
well, he was supposed to be. Didn't they make an announcement? Because we talked about on The Bald and the Beautiful that Devon Franklin was going to be the new
Producer?
judge.
Oh.
I mean, not judge. What do they call expert? And so
he was going to be an
he
expert?
said, yes, they said he was there for, he did one season.
What season
Okay.
was it? I want to watch it.
It was the season when we quit because we didn't see it.
I want to watch that child.
Okay.
Because what does he have to contribute?
Hello?
I mean, no shade.
That was a little bit.
Genuinely, what does he have to contribute? He's learned a lot. He's been married. He got
Well,
divorced.
apparently
He's
they
now
felt the same.
re-engaged.
Apparently they felt the same,
I
and that's why
can't
he only
wait
did one
to
season.
hear what he has to contribute. Okay, go ahead.
So I was surprised he wasn't there, and it's Dr. Pia. Okay, that's the first thing. Next thing
That's
that
the
I
black
noticed.
lady's name?
Yes. Child.
She replaced the white woman. I don't know if she
yes.
was white. The other
no,
woman.
she was like Latino.
The other woman was?
Yeah, unless you're talking about Dr. Pepper Schwartz.
No. I don't even know Schwartz. I know Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
Because what a name.
yeah, Dr. Viviana.
Oh, yeah. That was her.
Yeah,
I liked her too. I wasn't. Everything I'm saying sounds shady. It's not meant to be.
Dr. Viviana, I loved
her, but this black woman, keep her.
I don't like her. No, that's not true. I actually don't mind her. I don't mind her. However, I do not think, and this is my problem with this show and the experts in general, when people are being treated unfairly you can tell this relationship is going to crash and burn, give me free.
Oh, for sure.
Let these people go.
Yeah.
When it was abundantly clear that, what was his name?
Which one?
Ike and MM weren't going to make it. I don't know why you would encourage these people to continue to fake.
I thought that's not specific to just her though, right? The black lady. That's all. That's what they all do.
That is what they all do.
I thought that was
it is.
experts.
But my problem is, I wish. I don't know if it's a production thing, and I'm assuming it is. Would allow the experts to call a thing a thing.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
And this is the thing, and this is where I blame Dr. Pia and not production.
Oh,
she didn't call him out enough.
Oh,
I don't think she called Ike out enough on his quite literal BS and gaslighting. You don't think he was gaslighting that woman?
I don't know that I'm also not good at gaslighting.
So I'm going to give you what
I know what it means, but I also, in real life examples, I'll be like, is that? Oh.
Calling someone an a-hole when you are in fact the a-hole.
That's gaslighting?
Well,
that
you're
just
the
feels
ones
like
doing
naturally defensive.
Well, he's doing it over and over, saying that you talk disrespectful to me, and he's the one talking disrespectful. And then when she does do it, he's like, "See, this is what I'm talking about."
Okay, that doesn't feel like gaslighting. That feels like, in my mind, gaslighting is like a very intentional. Like, I'm about to fuck up your brain. You don't think it was intentional? You know, like, I want to, like, make you not think straight. And
I actually believe that definition is going to evolve with time. I'm usually ahead of the curve, and I recognize that about myself.
Amen.
I do think that a definition will evolve with time. Because the reality is, the movie from which it came, it was a bit more intense, more intentional. Yeah. Like, I'm actively trying to make you go crazy. But the fact is, in relationships, when we're talking about gaslighting, it's not always that intense. It's not always necessarily super, super intentional. But that doesn't mean he's not gaslighting her.
But doesn't it have to, we don't have to spend the whole time, but doesn't it, like, gaslighting, doesn't it?
It's okay. We don't have to.
Okay.
We don't have to. The point is, whatever you want to call it, you call it manipulation.
Yes,
you can call it lying.
Sure.
You can call it, they all stem from the same branch. Okay? This is the other thing that I didn't like. It's all the same. The other thing I didn't like about him, or this is my personal assessment of him, and nobody said it, but I keyed in on it immediately. And then when he started acting funky, I couldn't stop. I couldn't help but go back to my initial thought.
Okay.
One of the first things I noticed about him, where I was like, this is where I think all of this is coming. When they got out of the not pods. No, Married at First Sight is the pods?
No.
What is this?
They get married, they go to the whole honeymoon.
Thank you. So after they meet, and I'm assuming they must have had some conversations on what she does for work, how she lives her life. One of the first things he says is, I'm really afraid, something to the effect of, to show you my place. It's really meager. I live really humbly, and I don't want you to think I'm down bad.
Yep.
What I believe is this man felt insecure about his financial stability and what he brought to the table to this very successful black woman.
Okay.
And didn't know how to express this. And so instead, and he felt inferior about it. He felt insecure about it. So what he tried to do was belittle her. And I think the entire time, and that's why it's gaslighting. I feel this way, but and every time, the way she talks to me, how does she talk to you? Every way. How? Belittling. When? All the time. So you mean to tell me you don't have one specific example of her talking cockeyed to you, except for when you get her excited and responds back to you? Because she was the most patient.
Oh my gosh, too patient. Too patient.
Kind-hearted.
Oh my gosh.
The way these Married at First Sight people, especially the women, go in, I said I do. This is my husband. This is a marriage. So I say I'm 10 toes down, so I'm standing 10 toes down.
It pisses me off.
To to a piece of garbage?
Yes. It pisses me off. Please. Please. Your word don't have to be your bond, okay? Leave.
When this man has done everything to, and then the whole, I don't know how I was really, this is my problem. I'm certainly not saying that sexual assault, sexual harassment, unwanted sexual gestures are ever okay.
Right.
Okay, let's be 100% clear about that. Are ever okay. And you, as a woman or man, have every right to say yes and change your mind and say no.
Yes.
I'm not even saying that. But this man put her hand on this, and then it was like he was just trying to belittle her. Mm-hmm. And that was the whole problem I had with it. Was just like, how can I embarrass you? How can I belittle you? How can I make you feel the way you make me feel just because of your existence? Just because you are a successful Black woman, and in your presence, I feel inferior and insecure, and you remind me of all of my shortcomings, I want to bring you down to where I feel.
But you think he was cognizant of that?
Absolutely not. That don't mean it's not happening.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
I'm just genuinely asking.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with that.
Called her aggressive. And then literally when you ask him the follow-up question of when, he's like, all the time.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you're saying it, I can see what you're saying. When I was watching, I was so confused because I was trying to understand when it went wrong. They seemed to be enjoying each other so much, and then it just went left. And I was like, did something happen in production that they didn't show us? Like, was there something that happened? Of course, we got the insight into this, like, basically sexual assault. Like, he is claiming that she assaulted him sexually, which I was like, what an allegation, number one. So I'm like, is that the thing that turned it? And the way that he was communicating, it didn't seem like that was the thing, but also like maybe it was. I don't know. What is really bizarre to me, and this kind of goes to the point of like these women want to like ride out. You accused me of sexual assault and I didn't assault you? My nigga, now I'm about to.
Yeah,
now I'm about to.
Assault you, not sexually.
No,
just assault you.
I'm not staying on the platform. I am not going to expose myself and open myself up to a literal criminal. Like, bruh, this is not a game. I can't believe she stayed and was willing to just be like, boy,
yes.
I what? You what? And she was over here still trying to like, we
don't have to do anything. It's
this
fine.
Is dumb. And this is wildly inappropriate.
We are done.
You are not going to say Candy Burris had
show enough.
That woman kicked off that show and
didn't
come back for years. I think she recently is coming back now. Listen, that's not a game. What did you? I was very confused by this lady who just wanted to act like they could just work it out.
The other thing that keyed me in, because in addition to this, that it felt like random and out of left field. She was like, what?
Yes.
What?
I feel like she was trying to like show that she wasn't like that. And so she was trying to fight it instead of recognizing you have to leave. This is not.
And Dr. Pia didn't call him out.
And she did that.
And I
she
understand.
tried, though, because you have to be sensitive to the claim.
Well, and
like
that's what I'm saying.
Happened.
The problem is that it's such a serious allegation.
So serious.
It's such a serious allegation to just throw it out there. That's
why. That's dangerous.
It's extremely dangerous.
I could not.
Then talking about, I just felt like a piece of meat. I'm so...
that was also really weird to me because I'm like, when? But again, what are we... Like, it felt like there is scenes and clips and footage.
And that's why they kept saying when. And the fact that he could provide no specificity. Yeah. Everything was very general all the time. When she talks to me, well, yesterday, during the day, like he couldn't provide. Yeah. That's when I was like, it's you, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing is when they were making tacos. What were they making?
I think so.
And he was like, I could have made the tacos. You didn't have to buy them. This ain't about making the, because in the end he was like, no, it's fine. I don't know why I signed myself, because that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about that you have the money.
Yeah.
to not have to make tacos.
Yeah.
And I don't. So I would have to make them. And you didn't even ask. I could have just made them.
Yeah.
That's your insecurity showing, sir.
For sure.
That's your insecurity showing. That's not her problem. She said master degrees, business, doctor. She got all of these accolades. She has worked her way to earn the ability to say, we're going to have tacos, but I ain't making them. And what I'm not going to do, and I'm surprised she didn't catch on, to be on. Listen, I'm assuming, but that was my interpretation. Anytime it had nothing to do about money, you know what?
I didn't catch on. You're saying this, and I'm like, oh, this makes sense.
I was watching,
what else
did people think, though?
What is happening? Why did this go so late? I was very, very confused. And at first, because I was so confused and he made this claim, I was like, oh, let me feel for him. Like, oh. But then as it kept going, I was like, what the hell?
What? Because he didn't have, if he had examples like off camera, she is doing X, Y, and Z. Off camera, this happened. What y'all don't know is da-da-da-da-da. I would be like, all right then, we ain't seen the full picture. That's not what was happening.
No.
He never had an example.
No.
That man was lying and everything. And that's why I say it's gaslighting. Everything he quite literally was doing to her, to turn around and say, she was doing it to me?
Yeah.
How is this happening? How? And that's what pissed me off about Dr. P. Like, you guys are getting notes about everything that's happening, reports about everything that's happening. Call this man out.
Yeah.
What is the actual issue? Because at first I was even thinking at one point, like, maybe he's just not physically attracted to her.
Yeah.
But he said the opposite.
Yeah. It got really weird. But, okay, before we move on to the next person, we have to, I enjoyed this last episode. I had to binge everything. Me and Melissa both are binging because all y'all have been like, watch Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
So we binge, okay? And when he came to that retreat with that paper, and she kept saying, a paper.
That was the other thing.
It's supposed to be 3. This is one out of where the others. This is not a legal document. It's a paper. She was so mad that it was a single paper, a single sheet. I was like, okay.
My favorite part of the episode.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that was my favorite episode.
She showed that paper. And then these mofos went to go see the expert. And she sat down. I'm going to play it because it was the best thing I've seen. And y'all know when I love something, it's always the best thing I've seen. This was the best thing I've seen.
It was great.
I screamed. It was me and the kids. I yelled out loud. Oh my God! What? And then I replayed it 5 times.
It deserved.
I kept playing it over.
It deserved.
Because every time I watched it, I saw something new or heard something new, and it was funnier than the last time. It was so amazing.
Wait, play it.
So
man.
we're gonna play it because I deserve again to laugh.
It's so good.
At the best thing I've seen ever in my life. What a time. What a time. What's that girl's name? MM. Girl, you deserve everything.
At this point, how do you feel here?
Like
do you want to continue this marriage?
No.
And MM?
I would definitely love a divorce. I wanted to write a letter on the ending of this, and I titled it Letter to My Departed. I committed to this process and was prepared to see this through. However, you've been unstable this entire marriage. Your perception is your reality. However, your reality...
Wait. Dr. Pia's face, she's like...
And she pissed me off at the end of the letter, too, though. Talking about, that was petty, right?
Shut up! And she said a little. That was a little shady. Girl, that was more than a little. Okay,
and he deserved it.
And he deserved every bit.
He is not based in fact.
Uh-huh.
You are embarrassing. I would wish you well, but I'm God's favorite. And my well wishes won't be what gets you any further than where you are in your life. I wish you nothing but the worst.
That was my favorite part.
I wish you nothing but the worst.
And it looked like...
What is the lip? Why did she pout like that? What?
Because her face was saying, I wish I could say different.
But the worst.
But unfortunately, I can't.
Oh my gosh. I love that. With this orange, that's just complimenting her skin. She looks amazing and
Lashes
she's reading this
freshly
babe.
done.
Oh my God.
Freshly pressed.
Okay.
As a parting gift, I have prepared a list of therapists local to you. Also attached is documentation on how to properly complete a dissolution of marriage application since your single page was not legitimate. And you can take care of it.
He looked like he would have laughed.
Oh no, who? Dr. Cow?
Okay.
He want to cry.
The white lady is like.
Thank you guys.
Dr. Pepper Shorts be here for the shenanigans. She's the realest one out of all three of them.
It really
Pepper
did.
Shorts
We don't
be
take it
confronting
lightly.
folk for real though.
We hoped that this could have been successful.
It got
but
even
I
better
only
once he
wish
left.
Success and real love in both your futures. I guess at this time you can leave now.
Why would he laugh?
But thank you.
Tonight, y'all got a taste of what I had to go through. And when I say it don't feel good, imagine like somebody coming at you sideways every opportunity that they got a
It's just
a
not true.
chance. And
It's just not true.
yeah, it didn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to just sit here and be insulted. It doesn't feel good at all. I knew my decision.
Honestly, she
I
didn't
knew
even
that
insult
I
him.
wanted nothing to do with this marriage. I'd
Her
rather
outfit is great.
It's
be
just
old and single than miserably married.
You know that was a little shade. Somebody had to say it. Someone had to say it.
and Dr. Shorts looked like
I
and
charge
did.
for consultations, but this one's on the house.
That's my favorite line. She said, "I charge for consultations, but this one's on the
I
house."
wanted marriage, which is what
Dr. Schwartz is the only one. You guys know that was Kev's psychology professor in college.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, she taught at the University of Washington,
That's
and that
hilarious.
was his psychology professor. Dr. Schwartz,
Oh man.
Dr. Pia was like, that was shady. Low key, I think Dr. Cal be with the shenanigans too. I think that's why he don't have that pastor on his name no more, because he be wanting to get down with the folk. But Dr. Schwartz, she said somebody had to do it, and Dr. Schwartz looked like, and someone did, and someone did.
Even when she was reading it, they went from like, oh, what's happening to like,
Dr. Schwartz enjoyed
read it, girl.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
she
Say
enjoyed
what
it.
you gotta say.
I think
'cause
Dr.
this
Pia was
man
the
been out
only
here
one that
acting an ass.
the entire season.
Oh, what a time! Oh, that was the best thing.
It was great.
So good. Oh, I loved it. Okay, moving on, because that's only the first.
Wait, hold on. I know, but let me just say this last part
Yes.
about this specifically.
Yeah.
What I specifically enjoyed about her read is that it actually, this is so bad to say, but it's true. It actually manifested everything he was afraid of and feeling the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And what I mean by that, he tried to embarrass her. And for him to say, I didn't try to embarrass you. Again, that's gaslighting. You weren't trying to embarrass me. Cut it out. So he comes to the little party with his one little sheet of paper of 4. That's
Your
his
single
divorce
paper was
decree.
not legitimate.
Right. And she embarrassed him. He thinks he's going to embarrass her. And she is like, this isn't even real. Where do I sign? There's no signature line. Now you look stupid.
You look stupid.
Now you look stupid.
And he was like, can you
just sign it? Absolutely not.
I just printed. Sorry.
No,
I
I'm
didn't-
not just going to assign.
I didn't
no,
know.
You came in here to embarrass me and I'm about to make you look stupid because this isn't even for real. So then when we come here, what do? This is a dissolution of marriage form with instructions
Here's
from A to
instructions
Z on how to properly do it. And since you've been unstable, have I also included, for your convenience, a list of therapists in your local area. Baby, you don't even have to drive nowhere.
Local to you.
Local to
Why
you.
would she do that?
And as a doctor, normally there is a consultation fee for all of this. But today, baby, it's on the house.
That was so good.
His worst nightmare
Oh my gosh.
was to look inferior and stupid to this woman. And what does she do? Well, guess what? That's what you want to do. So that's what we finna do. I'm finna make you look inferior and stupid. And really, now don't get me wrong, it was a read, but she really didn't attack him.
No, she did. I mean,
Some things can get real down and dirty.
sure.
And all I'm saying is she didn't even do that. He was
Yeah.
being dramatic and a lie and unnecessary. All right, moving on.
It was the best.
It was great.
I loved
I
it.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
We need to talk about David and Michelle because I'm not mad at David. I'm sorry.
Oh, say more.
Because
Actually, I don't know that I am either. Well, I am a little bit, but keep going.
Michelle did not like that man.
At all.
And told him from the beginning, essentially, as soon as he said that he lives with his parents, she never saw anything beyond that.
Yeah.
And so,
And smoked.
why in the hell would he, and he did, he was as bad as MM, just, hi.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
love
'cause
me
he was
today?
delusional,
Do
though.
you want to go to the pool with me? Do you want to
But
have
Mel,
breakfast with me?
Mel, you got to do it right. It wasn't just, do you want to go? It was, babe, do you want to go to the movies? I mean, to the breakfast.
No.
Babe, do you want to go have a walk?
No. And he just came, well, since you don't want to do that, well, how about, and this woman's just like, no, I don't know how else to tell you I hate you. No. And he just keeps on chugging. I'm just gonna, good morning.
Babe.
And then before they even left the honeymoon, whatever he brought up about the rooms, and she was like, oh, we're not sleeping in the same bed.
She sure did.
I don't know why you thought that would ever happen. And so here's my thing. You don't get to stomp all over this man
I agree with that.
for 3 weeks.
I agree with that.
Tell him how much you hate him, how broke he is, how he
I
live at
agree with
home
that.
with his mama and has nothing to offer you. And then the minute he entertains somebody else, all of a sudden you're in your feelings. Well, I was trying. Trying is you.
Which was a lie.
It was trying was her saying good morning back to him. It wasn't like hold my hand. It was
Yes.
like I'll tolerate you
Yes.
now. Girl, he don't owe you nothing. I can't believe he didn't cheat sooner. He should have. Sorry, he should have.
My whole problem
Find
with
her
it.
friend and cheat with her. Make her feel it. Because she's stupid. I did not like her.
My whole problem when they would be like, she said hi to you this morning, so I guess that's progress.
Right.
That's
Bruh.
this is not
His
real.
wife, and I have to be happy that she spoke
Yeah.
to me?
She was
What?
like hand feeding him through the course of this relationship, and they're like, be happy with that.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't like. Even when she was like, I mean, before he cheated, I was trying. That's a lie.
Girl.
That's a lie. What I don't like, though, he should have just been upfront and honest about it.
I think he's fine.
I do.
He should have
wish-
been up front and said what? You don't like me, and so I'm done here?
Yes. Instead of, because he knew it. He knew she didn't like him. He knew she wasn't interested. All he had to be like, honestly, because she was mean.
Yes.
So he could have given her a little bit of energy. Listen, this is what's happening. You don't like me. I keep trying to like you, but you don't. What has happened in the course of you not liking me? Well, you don't necessarily have to blow up this other girl's hot spot, but I don't want to be with you no more. That's what I know for sure. I don't want to be with you because you don't like me and I keep trying. But what I know is I keep getting rejected and that's hurt my
Yes.
feelings.
Yes.
I mean, obviously he's not going to say it that way.
Yeah.
He could have did it with a lot of energy because she came at him. Well, you're a baby, you're an infant because you live at home with your mama. And I went to your house and it looked like a college dorm.
Oh, but that-
You tried to tell me it was an apartment. It was not.
They were in that thing, and he's like, so what do you think? It's what I expected.
And that's what I'm saying. He could have given her. He could have given her energy, and that's why it was surprising that he cheated because it was like, oh, I thought you liked me. No, girl, he don't like you.
And what happened really, her feelings were not hurt.
No,
What happened is
she was embarrassed.
Sure, but she also got on this, let me prove that he is a terrible human and he's not the person he put on. Yeah, well, you turned him into that. Sorry, I don't care. They were like, yeah, but are you blaming me? I tell you what she was good at. Let me tell you about that lady.
Not taking accountability.
Oh, that one.
Because I wish he would have said.
Well, that's not what I was about to say.
Oh.
But I wish he would have been like, yes, this is your fault.
That me too.
Yes, but that's not what I was about to say.
Oh.
What I was about to say is what I do like about her. What's her name? Michelle? Let me tell you what I like about her. She don't let nothing pass. Okay.
sure don't.
If she asking you a question,
Oh my God.
you can be
She's circling it back.
What color is the wall? Well, the sky is blue. That is really nice. I asked you about that wall right
Correct.
there. The sky and the clouds. Yeah, baby.
No.
The wall.
No, because then you'll answer, well, I think the wall is blue. Why would you think the wall is blue? Because I don't understand why you think the wall is blue. Because if we're looking at the same wall, it look green to me.
She don't let.
Oh, no. We're
Yeah,
circling back.
It's so great that you're answering every question I'm not asking you. Answer the one I'm asking.
Yes. An answer
And
to
then
my,
expound.
my satisfaction.
I was like, oh, she 10 toes down.
Yeah.
That woman stays focused. I respect the ability to stay focused because a lot of men, okay, this
Yes.
is a generalization, but a lot of men, when they cheat on you, they will have you you'll lead a conversation like Melissa left. Like, wait, I was supposed to ask for the manager. That's what'll happen. You'll get home like, hold the hell up. How did we? We ended up having sex. I was supposed to be asking him why he cheated on me.
This man was cheating on me. Yes.
That woman is like high focus.
Yeah.
Answer my question.
Correct.
I like that about her. Everything else, she should go. She's a terrible person.
She was
I did not
terrible.
like her.
I didn't
She's
either.
mean. And the only thing that made me sad is that what he did involved
Alan.
And Alan
is who
was trying.
David was pretending to be. That's
Yes.
who David was pretending to be. He was behind closed doors. He's saying your honesty is sexy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really like you. And it wasn't true.
I think it was for a while for him.
But he knew when it wasn't. And I don't think it wasn't for very long. There's only so much, even as a human, not just as a man, there's only so much rejection you're going to take.
Yes.
Especially from somebody you just met.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, bruh, what was he supposed to do?
That's what I'm saying. He could have just, I'm going to tell you what I wish he would have done. Because by the time they had the conversation about the cheating thing and it all came clean, and she was like, I feel like you're trying to pin this on me. Is it my fault? I wish he would have said,
Yes.
Yes.
Ho.
Correct. Even if he would have said in the beginning, he could have even said a mix of what we're saying. In the beginning, I was completely here for you, giving me the honest truth and telling me what I needed to be fixed because I really wanted to be married. This is, a very articulate version, but some version of I really just wanted to be married and I thought you was the girl for me and I was willing to do whatever it took for us to be together.
Yes.
The moment I realized you wasn't for real about me, and I was never going to be enough. That's the reality of the situation. He was never going to be enough for her.
Yes.
The moment he had that realization, that's when the flip went off. Should I have cheated on you? No, I understand that. Maybe that's against my own integrity, my own morals, my own boundaries. But I could only take so much.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
what'd you expect? Like, I'm not saying I'm a grown man and I have agency. I can do whatever I want to do. But I'm not going to say you didn't chase me out.
Yes.
Because you did.
And then as soon as he actually opens the door and leaves, all of a sudden now he's a terrible person. I can't believe he's cheating. It's not, I didn't consider that cheating. We'll have the conversation on what we believe actually happened. But I didn't consider it cheating. They weren't in a relationship. They were not in a relationship.
Oh, so do you think they had sex?
Who? Hold on. I'm saying Michelle and David weren't in a relationship. They were not in a committed relationship. They weren't even in a friendship. She didn't like him
At all.
This
not as a
was
human
not
being.
anything. This was, we signed some papers. Damn it, we messed up. We shouldn't have signed those.
Yeah.
This was not the show for. They were not in anything for him to have been cheating. Sorry, that's my take. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But also,
Wait, and I want to be clear about this because I think there's a little bit of confusion happening here. And this is actually Esther Perel's take, but I'm going to attempt to articulate it as best I can as Melissa. But it's worth listening to Esther Perel in case I don't word it correctly. Not every time someone cheats, but a lot of times, right? So let's be clear about that. A lot of times, cheating is a symptom of a problem.
yes,
It is not the problem. So again, to the point that I was making about agency, at the end of the day, we are all individual people who have
Yes.
agency
Sure.
over our
Yes.
bodies, which means cheating is something I decided to do.
sure,
That is something David decided to do.
sure.
What I am saying, though, however, is that the factors that go into him making this decision,
Yes,
that woman does have to take and realize, oh, I did do this. I had a part in
Yes.
this.
Yes.
That's just the reality. And oftentimes that's the reality in real life. Now, if your husband, your wife, whoever's cheating on you, no, it's not your fault. But if you take a look at the state of your marriage at the time, not 100%, but if you take a look at your marriage at the time, you will probably see the factors. You're probably not having sex. You're probably not talking. You're probably arguing. Is that your fault that your husband went out and your spouse went out and exercised their free will and decided to cheat? No. But the ground was fertile for something to happen. And that's all we're saying in this scenario.
I was gonna say, and I think what you're saying is amazing. I'm not even talking about anybody else's.
Well, I just want to
I
be
am
clear because
saying-
somebody was saying hot take. I actually don't think
Oh.
it's that hot. I actually think
Oh.
this is true across the board
Oh, got
for
it.
most relationships.
I don't, and yes, there was a marriage certificate. They were not in, I'm sorry. I'm not about, this is where I stand. If we have an agreement, okay, just a contract, okay? If you're not fulfilling your portion of the contract and then expect me to fulfill my portion, baby, this is null and void. This is no longer a contract. This doesn't hold up. So don't expect, you can't call it cheating because this is null and void. It's not a contract anymore. We are not this is not a thing. So sorry. He is wrong because actually Madison had Alan. And I feel bad for Alan.
I do too.
Everybody else, all the best. I feel bad for Alan. However, the other thing I want to say, and then we can go into if what we believe actually happened. I was very confused if we believe what they said is true, that night was the first time that they ever said, hey, let's be, I like you, you like me. If that was the first time, I didn't understand why that one lady, the woman, the Latin woman, Carla, why would you do this? And this is whatever she was saying. When was earlier?
Wait, what do you mean?
If this was the first time they actually had a conversation, when should they have had it earlier? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
Her whole point was like, I can't believe you would do this. But their whole point was, do what? Nothing has happened. So if this was truly the first time, when was the earlier point that they should have been... I'm not expressing my point very clearly. So it's fine. Forget it because I can move on. There's other points. I didn't like her energy because it was like, okay, now let's talk about the text message. Okay, I'm saying if homegirl never got that text message and that was the first time they had that conversation, now let's enter into this text message. I don't know what the hell that was.
I'm so confused by it. I honestly have like 3 things that could have happened. I have no idea. I have no idea. This is my first outlandish take of the text.
To do it.
That if we believe that Madison and David, first conversation that we like each other.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that was there. Sorry. Was during the retreat. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then that text message that he supposedly was supposed to send to Madison was way out of pocket and kind of like, why would he send this to me? That's why Madison was like that. So one of my first theories was, I don't think that was supposed to go to Madison.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
I don't know. I feel like I could be swayed either way. I don't really feel firmly either way, to be honest. But I could see a world where this man was not happy in his relationship with old girl and was just going back to old flings and sent that text message to someone else. And then the moment on the retreat, Madison said, I have feelings for you. Yeah. He was like, it was supposed to go to Madison. It was supposed to go to Madison.
Yeah, got it. I see what you're saying.
I see a world in which that's the case. I'm still not all the way convinced it was supposed to go to Madison.
Got it.
But I also see a world where all them nights where they were out and about, they was having sex. They was low-key in a full-blown relationship. And that text was absolutely supposed to go to Madison.
Yes. So,
which makes Madison a liar.
100%. And so that's why I was clear in saying if we believe that was their first conversation. The flip side of that, I don't believe that was the first conversation. And here's why. Because tell me the color of the wall, not the sky. Okay. When she asked her and Miss Madison was like, you want me to get my phone? You want me to get my phone? I can get my phone. And then she voluntarily went and got her phone after she just told Miss the Wall. She just told her, yeah, we talk, we text about, we talk. And then when you pull it up and there's nothing. My honey, now you're a liar.
Yeah.
You're a liar. So
that was the other thing.
I don't believe that was the first time because where are the messages?
She should have
That
kept some of the
does not
messages.
make sense.
She should have
You
kept the
sh-
messages
you
that
had
was
to
like,
keep-
"Are you going to the gym?"
You had to keep a few.
Yeah.
You can't delete them all. But the problem, and then this is Miss, what's her name? Michelle. I keep calling her. Michelle said, "Oh, he's the first one on your when you search."
Listen.
The woman was clocked in for a man she don't care about. Why are you so clocked in?
Michelle,
You don't like him.
This is why Michelle is a G though. Because she was so, I mean, you don't have to get your phone. It's totally ridiculous. It's unnecessary. No, lies. They're all lies.
Oh, you're gonna get it? Okay.
Oh, so you're gonna get it? Oh, it's so interesting that when you
That's
the
his name.
first, and you pull it up and there's no messages there.
But you
That's
just
so
told me
odd.
that you messaged him.
Okay. Totally unnecessary though for us to even do this extra. I feel so stupid doing this whole exercise. I mean, I would never do something like this. Can I see your phone?
Yeah. Even the way she got to the point, even when she was like, I think it's Madison because Michelle Madison, the M's are they're so close.
She was putting it
And
together.
He was out. Didn't you say he was out with you guys tonight? Oh, was there anybody else there? Oh, and then what happened? And then
And consoling Alan, I could be wrong, but in the event that I'm not, who did they go out with?
Yeah. And you were there, right? But then you left.
Oh, you laughed?
Oh.
Oh, but I could be wrong.
I'm so sorry,
Yeah,
Alan.
I'm so sorry
to
that
do
I'm bringing
to
this
you.
up because it's such a lot. What color
But
dress
do you
was she
think
wearing?
something
Yeah.
was up?
Why are you crying? Because you think so, huh? You do? You do?
So do you think it's something or you don't think so? I think it's something. Do you?
Yeah.
No.
Do you?
Oh,
deep down in your heart, do you think it's something?
because literally she did not care about him. She was trying to expose him. It became about like exposing. It was nothing more than that.
Because I kept saying that he was a good guy, and he's not.
And he's not. Yeah.
And he's not.
Do you still think you're a good guy? Huh? It's like,
But you're broke, living at home. Your mama does your laundry.
she was not a nice person, but my goodness, she was really good. She was really good at that point.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh,
I actually
girl.
hated that he gave her like vindication though, because she was a good kind of sleepy villain.
Yeah.
And then
But he was absolutely. I do believe that there are like if you ever ask. This is not my experience, and I'm thankful for it. But there are women, right, who will say like that men just send like dick pics to their phones, and you're like, bruh, it's Tuesday morning. Like, what's happening, right? Like, there are people. I should not just specifically say men, but there are people who like without cause,
prompting.
or prompting, will be like, hey, gonna eat you out tonight, and you're like, I'm having lunch, so there, and I'm not gonna lie, he comes a little bit across as like I shouldn't have given him my number, right?
And he did say
the fact that he had the tattoo still from the ex, and then he was like, I just kind of was trying to show her I loved her. Yeah, you one of them ones. Like he gives that.
No. And then said, I was going to get rid of it, but I thought we could do it as a fun date.
And she was so pissed. Why would I want anybody who tattoos anyone's name on them? I do not want to do that. What is wrong with him? No, that's not a date. You can do it yourself.
Weird.
She was so pissed.
It was
but
weird.
he gives a little
his
jumping
attachment
off
is
the
very
edge.
because even Madison again. Let's assume Madison is telling the truth, okay? Just because otherwise you could start going multiple different ways. If you assume that Madison is telling the truth, this man said, I had to shoot my shot. She was like, why would you send me that pic? I'm a man. I got to shoot my shot. That goes along with the D pics early in the morning.
Yep.
Then Madison, again, assuming Madison is telling the truth. They've never had relations before because that's the only way this theory works. Then she says, I think I like you. I think I want to be in a relationship with you. He was like, yeah, it is what it is now at this point. Like, honestly, I should have said I do to her.
Yeah.
We're being dramatic. But like, his energy was very like, and she was like, I just want to be friends.
I don't want to jump into anything. I just want to be. This man went to lunch with his friend and was like, she's everything to me. I'm smitten.
I'm so smitten.
She just makes me feel alive. Those people that, she's just the one. And she's over here like, we're friends. And he is he's about to have the tattoo adjusted.
And told her, I'm just totally smitten by you.
And
I mean, you just lighten up my world.
He gives that.
He
gives
does.
that. And
He
that's why
does.
I'm like, actually, I could see a world in which he was just sending an inappropriate text because they were at the gym earlier and talked. And
Yeah.
now he's like, she loves me. And I love her.
And that's why I couldn't tell it. Then I assumed they hadn't had sex before, because that's the only way this theory goes all the way to the end. Otherwise, if they had sex, her energy, unless she's just a really good liar.
She could be that too.
Listen, she also could be a really good liar and understands how to cover her bases. I would be out here looking a plum fool, because I'm not thinking that far down the line.
Yeah.
Or, it could be that too, because people be really good. All right, anything else?
Yeah, no, somebody is saying that, Mariah, and that's right. Why did Dr. Pia play her like, we asked you if you like black people. You said no.
Sure did.
She
sure did.
Why did she tell her that? We asked you that. You said you didn't want
So
the N-words.
Listen.
That ain't your taste.
And
She was like, I did so that.
Cal said, this is marriage. I'm not playing with those games.
Yes.
If you wanted a white dude to marry, I'm not putting you with someone, I've dated casually.
Yes.
No, I'm putting you with the white dude.
Yes.
So if he walking down the street, you wouldn't even stop to look at him.
Yes. Yeah, he is not black. 100%.
He's not black.
He's not black. But
No.
it was giving, she wants a white man. And it don't seem like
I'm
that's actually
super
what
curious to
she-
see if on the reunion they're still together, because
Yeah.
it was given forbidden love.
Yes.
Those fizzle out real quick, fast in a hurry. They was just miserable. They was bonding every day because they was in the gym. That's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
We need to talk about Camille and Thomas. How you feel about them?
First of all, for everyone saying that they loved Carla, that's how I feel about Camille.
Oh, y'all like her? I don't
I
dislike
saw
her.
online. I saw online.
Oh, okay.
She
She turned me off when she was in the thing, like talking about sex, and I was like, "Girl, what?" Is
Camille?
that Carla.
in the van.
Yeah. Everybody in the van looked confused, and she looked like
She's a particular type.
Is she always high? I think she's high all the
She
time.
might be.
I think she smokes.
She might
All right.
be.
Go
She's
ahead.
a very particular type, and unfortunately, I don't think Juan is that particular
I agree.
type for her.
Yeah.
Like, they're not bad people. There's nothing like inherently wrong with
Yeah.
Carla, but you have to be into the thing she's into for it to make sense. Otherwise, you're going to be like Juan, like, it's too many crystals all the time. She's always burning something.
Where's your business plan? She's like, what? I have to feel the energy. Yeah. Energize this bill that we have to pay. Get a job.
Yes.
She was like, I quit my job today. He's like, what?
So what are you going to do?
What's your plan?
What are you gonna do?
That seems like, I understand opposites attract. That seems like a train wreck.
Yeah, they were
waiting.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, again, they're just particular, and they weren't particular for each other.
Yeah.
Now, Camille and Thomas, I really liked Camille. I think she brought like the black energy when she was like, and will,
Yeah.
and did.
Yeah.
Like, she was just giving that, and I just loved that about her. I did not think that her and Thomas were going to make it to the end at the beginning. I thought that their cultural differences were going to be the end of them.
Yeah.
By the end, I was a believer.
Oh, I'm not believing yet still.
Well, I got one. I don't know who, but I did get one spoiler off TMZ. I won't say what it is because I don't want to spoil it for y'all. But if y'all saw it, TMZ gave one spoiler, and I think they're the...
Oh, that one of them got married. Sorry. That was a spoiler. We all didn't see that. Oh, somebody gets married.
Well, TMZ said there's one couple that gets married on this season. I don't know who it is, but my assumption would be that it's
Them?
Camille and Thomas. Who do you think it is? Assuming that TMZ is right.
They catch you. No, I mean, I imagine it's probably them too. I don't really want them to. I think that they should date. I don't think that they are marriagey
Girl,
together.
they're already married.
I know. They got to reverse. I don't want them to get married because I think that they have a lot. I loved when he was speaking about like his identity issues, right?
Yeah.
Like in being mixed and
Yeah.
like where he grew up. And I thought that was like really interesting and very like honest for him.
They said it was about Love is Blind, not... Girl, I'm so out of Love is Blind. That's why it didn't even clock into me. All right, well,
see.
disregard.
Well, good. See, we don't know.
So then we
still.
don't know.
I didn't spoil that. And she identifies more on the other side. And I think that those are true, like could
Absolutely.
be true issues.
Absolutely.
And so I think that like they should try to date because it could also not go the way that they wanted to. He did like, I understood when she was like, oh my, he got a little sneaker collection. Wait, that was the right one? I watched something else this weekend. I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember if he had a sneaker collection.
Okay, so I could be wrong. It could be something else I was watching. But when he shows his side of
the earrings did it for her.
Yeah,
he put them earrings in that chain on,
and she was like, hello. When that side shows,
they're saying you're right. Mel,
it was
he
the
did have
sneakers, right? And
I
she
don't
was
remember.
like, my husband got a sneaker collection. Like when she sees those sides, you could tell. But at the same time, that's just not like who. It doesn't seem like that's who he is natural, like all the time. I don't know. I want them to be successful. So I feel like they shouldn't be married.
Hello. I think that if they have the conversations about, because what's going to matter is like political views.
Yeah.
You know, if we have children, how are we going to raise it? Especially when you have children.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a lot easier for two individual adults to decide not to have conversations about things that they know are going to cause them to butt heads. But when you bring children into the mix, and I want the children to be raised one way, you want the children to be raised, that can cause a lot of conflict. So I think as long as they have those conversations, because they seem to get along.
Yeah.
You know, they seem to really have like a really great foundation. And by the end, I was really nervous in the beginning. By the end, I was a believer. I did like them.
His mom was a good time. Like it seems like if he would have been raised by her, he would have been.
You know what? I think I skipped an episode, and that might be the one I missed.
She met his mom, his biological mom.
Yeah, I did miss that.
And
I totally didn't see that.
She is spicy. And I was like, there it is.
Is his mom black?
No, I think she's Latin.
Oh, okay.
Is she? Somebody tap in and tell me. I thought so. I thought she was Latin.
Listen.
But I don't know. But she definitely has the spice that like he has like, like pieces of, but she was black from Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Okay. She has spice. And so anyway, I hope that they make it. We'll see.
Oh, well, I like it. I do hope that they make it. I don't think that Carla and Juan are going to make it. I think he is over her.
Yeah.
Okay, next show is, you did another one. You said Married at First Sight.
I forgot already.
Traitors.
Yeah.
I'm going to just say this really quickly about this whole Traitors thing because I'm deep in the Traitors TikTok algorithm. And y'all know we have not been Danielle fans. And I put this on my Instagram, but it is worth saying aloud right now. The number of offended white people that Danielle is one of the is the final traitor who specifically say Danielle, or what's her name?
Carolyn
was robbed.
Oh, robbed?
The language
is robbed?
Carolyn was robbed. They have forced me to like Danielle.
Yeah, because I don't like her either, but robbed?
And that's my problem. Specifically, you cannot like Danielle. I think as a collective, we haven't liked the way Danielle has played this game. Okay, it's been messy.
Yeah.
It's been the opposite of strategic.
She is not.
Like, it's been emotional. She's been dramatic. She's doing a lot. Girl, she got out Carolyn and said,
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I knew it. I told y'all.
girl,
Shut up. She's so terrible.
like, it was so, like, I would want to kick you out just because you're doing too much.
Literally, I want her gone.
Like, gone and go. So I understand we don't like her for all the reasons that I actually think are valid. You like traitors that are good. We liked Phaedra because she was good.
Oh, she was so good
at being a traitor. She was lying. She was scoozing up to the right people, and she was dramatic. But when it was appropriate to be dramatic, and she killed at the round tables. I mean, was reading people left to right. Like, I know you're a traitor, and I'm questioning if you're a traitor right now. Like, she was doing what needed to be done. She was very good. Danielle hasn't done that. And you can dislike Danielle for that. But what you cannot do is dislike Danielle because you feel like Carolyn should have won. Carolyn was going to win because all the other traitors were bad, not because Carolyn was a good traitor.
Yeah. No.
Let's be clear. All the people, she was the most masterful traitor. Did we watch the same game? All the traitors were terrible. And by the way, By the way, all you people that have watched Big Brother and the Challenge show, and these people are legends, and they're going to be so good, they sucked on this show.
Yeah, they did. They absolutely
They sucked on this show.
Yeah.
I don't care what legend they did. I don't care how many times they won Big Brother, the Challenge, Crawl Under the Woods, Eat Dirt for 3 weeks, whatever show.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
were not good at this show. It did not translate. Those were not transferable skills.
No.
All the traitors were bad.
Yes.
Carolyn, Danielle, Boston Rob, Bob the Drag Queen. Terrible.
And I actually thought, well, I like Bob the Drag Queen, but Boston Rob came in and he was villainous. But what I have to say is I actually think Carolyn could have been a great traitor. She is so quirky that she should have used that, and she tried, but she should have used that to her advantage. And I think she just wasn't strategic. She wasn't smart in like playing that. But she could have been amazing. I love the fact that she came across as kind of aloof and like, what? Like, what? It just, I liked it. So it has nothing to do with that. I think she should have used that to her advantage. She was just not good. And losing to, what's her name? Danielle sucks because Danielle is equally as bad, if not worse. So you should be more upset, not because she was robbed, but because they both sucked, but she sucked worse. She sucked worse.
She was suckerer.
Suckerer.
And this is the thing. I kept saying, I can't tell if this is her gameplay or if this is like just her personality. And people are like, no, she was out like this on the other. The problem that I know y'all don't know no better, and it wasn't her gameplay at all, is because when she knew the round table was going to be her versus Danielle, Danielle had a plan.
Yeah, she clocked in. Danielle clocked in and came
She did
hard.
not.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to just go up there and da-da-da-da. First of all, what did you just tell us the other day? If I attack you, but then I end up dying, you just talked about this. I could attack you on something, and then you then kill me. It's called something.
Oh, like assault versus. Wait, what?
You just
I
told
attack
about
you?
this. Yes. If I like go into your house and like attack you.
Oh, stand your ground?
Stand your ground.
Oh, okay.
The problem with Carolyn is that she didn't stand her ground. She made the first move on Carolyn at the round table. This is why I'm like, y'all not watching the same show.
Yeah.
Carolyn decided she wanted to go after Danielle. And then Danielle was like, well, since you're in my house,
Yeah.
I'm going to defend myself.
Here we go. Yeah.
And now Carolyn died. And that's the problem. She was like, I don't have a plan. No, you didn't. So why would you go into this woman's house like this? Why would you attack her first? Then this is the other reason why Carolyn, she was not strategic. I need to watch these other shows because I think y'all was just blinded. The girl was playing the chess game. And Danielle said, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think we should do it. Carolyn's so freaking emotional. Yeah. No one's listening to me and what I think we should do. And da-da-da-da. And I want to put my name in the hat.
Oh my gosh. And everybody was like, huh, it was you? You said it was you. Huh. That's so
You were
interesting.
talking so loud about how no one listens to you.
That's so crazy.
Ah.
And now look at this.
That
Yeah,
girl
it
said,
was-
as soon as I did it, I realized I probably made this a terrible mistake.
Oh my God. She immediately was like, oh, this was a bad idea.
Yes.
Huh? My bad.
Again, if Carolyn was so strategic and so good and da-da-da-da-da and this whole legend,
Yes.
girl, she
Yes.
played this like this was her first time.
100%.
Like she did not know what she was doing. I have been not only unimpressed with all the gamers, Danielle included.
Yes.
Boston Rob came in too hot.
I thought he was good.
He was too
He was
aggressive.
good. I thought him coming in and killing Homeboy was brilliant. But I think it ended up screwing him, obviously. But I thought he was good. And I feel like he was a good villain. Like, if he is a
would've
villain, typically, like, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I didn't like him. Like, I would hate him in real life. But for the show, I thought he was good.
I didn't. I think he came. Well, no. I think if he lasted long, he would have been a great villain.
Yeah.
I think he was very strategic. I think he
Yeah.
understood how to play. I think his problem is he came in too hot.
Yeah.
I really just think, and then what he thought it did in terms of I got a traitor out. Now y'all think I'm a faithful. It turned all the eyes on him.
Oh, man.
And that's what this game
Yeah, that's
is.
true.
Like you have to be a little bit more. Remember, Phaedra
Oh.
spoke up when she needed to
Yeah, she
and
did.
sat there quiet.
Yeah, she
and
did.
this is the other thing that was not, folks they'd be dumb. on this game, whoever your alliances are to, you got to go for them even when everybody doesn't. That's how you prove you're faithful.
Yeah.
If Melanie's my girl the whole time, I can't be like, well, everybody's voting for Melanie, so I guess I'm going to vote for Melanie too. Mel, I know my vote is not going to matter and you probably going to die tonight, but because you're my girl, I voted Courtney.
Yeah.
That's how they be playing stupid.
Yeah,
like,
they do.
what is y'all doing?
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah. That show.
And this is the last thing I'm going to say about Danielle, because Danielle's a stupid too. Why did Danielle choose? Who did she choose?
Oh my gosh, her girl. What's her name?
Molly.
Molly. It might be. Is it Molly?
Emma.
Something.
It got two letters that's the same.
I forgot.
Brittany. Two T's.
Brittany.
I told you, it got two letters that's the same.
Molly. Yeah, she chose her, and I don't think that's going to be good for her.
No, it's too obvious. Even the girl said, well, I don't know why she would choose me. That would be so obvious. So it's probably not Danielle. No, it is Danielle because she's that obvious.
She's not good. Okay, let's round out the show with bad lighting.
She said Emma, Molly, Brittany. Girl, they all got double letters. That's all I can tell you is they all got double letters. Molly.
Oh, sorry.
Molly, that's who you said on my Instagram and my DM. Thank you, KV. You right. We was DMing about it, and that's why Molly is still in my head. You are absolutely correct. That's it. So now we're watching Paradise. You have to give your assessment. Where you are and what do you think?
Hold on. I've caught up. I'm just trying to remember. Oh, it comes out tonight?
I thought tonight at midnight because it's technically
9.
Tuesday.
Oh, it's
9
today
Pacific
at 9.
our time?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because that's midnight their time.
Xavier and Robin. What happens again?
By the way, it bothers me that his name is not Xavier. It's just Xavier.
Oh, yeah.
That's stupid. What a stupid decision. That's
stupid.
so stupid. Who decided the names of the people and was like, no, it's not Xavier. It's just Xavier. Like, how many times did you have to correct people in the writer's room that his name is not Xavier? That's so dumb. I'm sorry. I get off on the most strangest tangents because literally the stupidest things bother me. But every time they're like Xavier, I'm like, who decided this?
Xavier.
Why is this necessary? It's so dumb.
So they found this iPad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why did she give that to her daddy?
Why did she?
Why didn't she? She gave it to the little man, the boy.
She did.
She should have gave it to her daddy.
You know, she a teenager in love. She thought maybe this would help you.
Yeah, but your daddy is like, he comes across as like Superman. So like, Dad, look what I found. I was upset about that. And then this light, you have to remind me because then there's like the lighting, the screen is blinking.
Yes, because they're in the Truman Show, yes, where everything's controlling everything. And Sinatra, which by the way, somebody named their baby girl Sinatra.
I know, right?
It's so
Such
good.
a good name.
It's so good to me. I think it's so cute.
I agree.
But she was like, turn it off.
Yeah, she did. How you shut the world off?
They said, oh, vote.
That was funny. That was really funny.
That was great. I was like, oh, yes, turn everything off.
But then she ended in saying that your wife might be alive. Didn't she say that?
Yep.
Okay. See, I'll be forgetting.
And that's what I think. I think now Sterling K. Brown's character is gonna want to escape to the upper world. Because I don't know if they're in the underworld, outer space. I don't know where they are, but the upper world to Earth and try to find. But that's going to be a problem because what I don't understand is why they don't want to go back to Earth. Yeah. Do we know this?
No. It's because it's a weird show.
So I'm like, if they open it up to go back to Earth, what would be the problem? I feel like we're still missing something. I feel like, so they're underground, they're in a cave, but like, I guess that's this week's episode, where we find out what happened. I feel like there's something I'm missing to make the separation make sense and why they don't want to go back specifically. Like, I don't understand why they don't want to go back specifically. Yeah, they're saying there's radiation and it's not viable, but that's not true. Because remember when the astronauts went back, the girl was like, we can breathe. Like, it's regular air. We can't breathe. You know? And then that's when old dude was like, well, you can't breathe now because I shot you. I just feel like I'm missing something. Unless I missed it and y'all know. Yeah, Billy unalive them. Oh, I did.
Unalive.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the secret. That's why he said we've been lied to. Sinatra is the villain control. Yeah, but I feel like people want control with motivation. Control is usually a symptom of fear, to be honest. That's normally why people are control freaks, because the idea of things being out of control, I mean, this is in real life, like it causes them anxiety.
Yeah.
But, you know, writers be taking stuff from real life and making
Absolutely.
it. So I'm just trying to understand, you want control because why? I guess it's it's like a plot hole for me that I can't, because then it makes the whole show the why, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I guess I just haven't, sometimes, I don't know, I get lost on it because I'm like, I'm watching this, I'm enjoying it, but why though?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
are you guys here? What caused this division? Why don't you guys, specifically, why don't you guys want to go back? And why is it such a secret that you can live on Earth again?
Yeah.
I don't know. I get confusion.
I just want to say that I was randomly reading like all of the executive orders the other day because why not? And
Oh, you want to be anxiety driven too, huh?
well, and the problem is I have been watching this show, and one of the executive orders is called the Iron Dome for America. Have you heard about this?
No.
And the commander-in-chief said that the threat of attack by ballistic, hypersonic, and cruise missiles and other advanced aerial attacks remains the most catastrophic threat facing the United States. And so he wants the United States to provide a common defense of citizens and the nation by deploying and maintaining a next-generation missile defense shield. And all I could think about as I was reading,
Say it simpler, because you said a lot.
he wants the U.S. to, it's a dome, it's a shield for America. Well, he wants a shield or dome to be built to protect us from missiles and other catastrophic things. So submit to the president a reference architecture, capabilities-based requirements, and implementation plan for the next generation missile defense shield.
It sounds like something from Captain America.
It sounds like something from what is the show called? Paradise.
Like you're gonna press the button and it's gonna close
You
up
guys-
and it's like a shield. You remember Wonder Woman? Is it Wonder Woman where she would have that thing around? Like that's what it feels like. It don't feel like this is real.
As I was reading this, I was acceleration of the deployment of the hypersonic and ballistic tracking space sensor layer. When you hear words like layer, dome,
It sounds like
shield,
I'm gonna get you
literally
in my evil layer.
So they have to provide this with a budget, and like they have to provide like the architecture for what this would be to the president. That was one of his executive orders. I swear to you. I don't know. I was reading it after watching.
Because the dome is going to have an open close button.
I'm trying to tell
So
you.
Courtney said, how are we going to fly? There's going to be an open close button. So when you're inside of the United States, the dome is closed. Then on Tuesdays, that's the only day you can do international flights. They'll open the dome. All the flights have to go out. Then they'll close the dome. All the flights have to be out by 8 p.m. By 8 p.m., then you can be out in the space in like the outside dome world. And then inside the dome, we're all going to be safe in America. Israel
really?
has a dome? How does it work? I need to understand. You guys are telling me that this is real, that there's places that have dome. Is it just
He
in
wants
America or is it like over the whole North American continent?
know.
It can't be because we don't
I was
want
gonna
Canada
say,
and Mexico.
we don't like all the other places.
Trump, listen, Canada, I love y'all. Mexico, I love y'all. Okay, don't get it twisted. I'm talking about Trump. He don't love y'all. So the dome would probably just be. Although I read the other day that California, Oregon, Washington, they gonna make their own. This is not for real. I mean, they are talking about they may leave the nation, but the part they said they're gonna call themselves the Pacific States of America.
I'm not mad.
Then they said the Eastern Seaboard, they're going to come together and call themselves the New England States of America.
I'm not mad. Wait, the other one that I read, then we could go. Because I'm telling you, I was thinking about doing an I'm not a lawyer but video and like an explainer, like here are some of the things. But after I read that shield, I was like, I can't explain this. And then the next one that I read was he wants to have a big birthday celebration for 4th of July this year for 250. So he put together a task force and he's the chair of the task force. I said, this is going to be J6 all over again.
What?
This is going to be chaos. whatever you have planned for 4th of July, don't be in America is what I would recommend, because
This is why Trump is not serious.
it's getting a little.
Because you're the president of the United States and you would rather be the party planner for the 4th of July.
Absolutely.
The
The
4th of July.
president shall be the chair of Task Force 250, and the vice president will serve as vice chair.
In other words, party planner.
These two, literally, we are going to have a massive birthday party for America on 4th of July.
You know this already exists, right? Philadelphia does this every year.
What, a 4th of July party?
A huge, the whole, everything is shut down. Everything.
Well,
London Fire performed one year.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
they have performed- it's
Courtney is saying that Philadelphia has a huge 4th of July party.
because they're the birthplace of America.
You need to tell Pennsylvania to join the Eastern Seaboard states of America. Yeah, they need Pennsylvania specifically for Pittsburgh and Philly, specifically for their economies and what they add.
Wow.
What I was trying to figure out is if the Pacific and the East come together, we just leave out Middle America.
we'll just be our own
yeah.
country.
So if we come together, we got
Sides.
we got the sides. I'd be worried about the middle, but that's okay. We got the
Yes.
so
be
then
fine.
together, can we be the East-West Coast beef?
Yes. Look at us coming together.
We should be called Tupac Biggie Come Together of America. For the
Biggie Pop.
millennials to have reconciliation.
Absolutely. It's fine. This is great. We'll have our own birthday celebration. We can be the party planners. Oh. He also made the government, they can't use paper straws anymore. That was one of the executive orders.
Paper straws are stupid.
Honestly, I was like, I know executive orders only apply to like the government, but like you should make this apply to private institutions as well.
That's his problem. Is he's
Enough.
they're running the United States of America like it is a private corporation.
Wait. Because
My mom, by the way, our mom got the email for them to write 5 things that they have done.
yes.
My mom works in VA, got that email. When I tell you, first of all, this mom is so mad. Did you talk to her about this?
No.
Okay, so I called her yesterday. She said, you know what pisses me off, Melissa? Because a lot of the people that work in the VA, they are ex-soldiers. They are retired military.
Yeah.
They served our country. And they're just going to fire them?
Yeah.
I was like, you're right,
That
Mom.
is right.
She was like so heated about this.
It's very stupid. Wait, I just want to read you the wording of the straw one. And
I hate that you was reading this.
I'm telling you, I was up like, oh, this is all very interesting. I thought I was going to make a video. I was like preparing I'm not a lawyer, but let me tell you about the executive orders. Like I had it already, but then I quit. An irrational campaign against plastic straws has resulted in major cities, states, starting off with an irrational campaign is what sent me, and businesses banning the use or automatic inclusion of plastic straws with beverages. Plastic straws are often blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Wait, there was one more part. Anyway, when he began with an irrational campaign, I said, well. And then before that, it says, by the authority vested in me as
I now
president.
pronounce you.
Right? So you start off with like, the authority, I am president and I have the authority
And the first thing on my
to
agenda
make y'all stop using
is
plastic
these
straws.
doggone paper straws. Because let me tell you something.
like-
If I put my paper straw inside of a smoothie and it melts and deteriorates and I'm sucking and sucking and sucking and sucking and I don't get my strawberry smoothie out, I am going to have a literal cow. In fact, enact the force field. Because we are being infiltrated
It was so
by flat earthers and plastic straw users.
Listen, it was so bizarre to be reading these executive orders and go from stop using paper straws, to I'm the party planner for our birthday, to we need a force field. This is it drugs or the lack of drugs? Somebody give them to him. He needs something because it was all over the place. I was like, I didn't even get to the DEI stuff because I was in straws and the force field. I was like, what? I can't. Screw the video.
It sounds like what a 5-year-old would do if they were president. Yes. It does. Mommy, if I was the president, the first thing I would do to protect us is make a force field.
It's called the Iron Dome of America. That's the title of the executive order. What are we doing?
Listen, the video is not coming. The answer to that is the video is not coming because the whole time I'm going to be like this.
Avengers!
What the hell are we doing? So,
Oh my God.
we've been here way too long.
I hate it here. I literally hate it here. We are unserious, but it's like a scary unserious.
Oh, for sure.
We're so scared. I didn't even listen to NPR today because I've had enough. I've had enough. I can't. Anything else?
That's it, child. We didn't even do pop the trunk next week. We're going to pop
Okay,
it.
we'll start with Pop the Trunk. John is gone. Matter of fact, you know where John is? John is on trial. His name is Luigi. Okay? That's who John is. There is a documentary already on like HBO or
For
Max
him.
or something like
Yeah.
that for this man. How?
He got a website. He has a whole thing.
They said, NPR said there was women standing outside
Yes.
hoping.
I don't understand why they won't let
What
this
is
be
wrong
streamed.
with this country?
I don't know
Why
why
won't
this,
they stream it? You said
because
'cause
New
federal?
York is stupid. Oh, is it? It may.
Oh.
Is it federal?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
Actually, is it considered federal?
actually,
You know what? I don't actually know. Because what would be the grounds for it to be federal?
Actually, I think he got both charges. I mean, I think he got state and federal.
What makes it federal? Because United Healthcare? Oh.
Well, it's usually crossing a state line because it would.
So he's
indicate
not
that-
from New York.
Yeah, he traveled there, right? He traveled to
makes
New York,
sense.
so
Okay.
it's federal.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you couldn't, if you start in one state and go to another, they can't prosecute you. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the way that they can get all the
Got
and
it.
tell the full story. But I'm pretty sure he has two. He got charges on both. I'm pretty sure. But I wish. But also, New York doesn't stream trials anyway.
Like as just a practice.
Yeah, that's why like Jonathan Majors, his wasn't. That was a
Oh.
state case, but New York is just like stupid. I wish that they would stream this so bad. Like, bruh, we need to see this. We deserve to see this.
No, I'm super intrigued.
I want to
am.
see all the women showing up.
I do not understand the fascination. No, I understand the fascination with the story. That I understand. Totally understand that. But if you throwing panties at this man,
Oh my gosh, what a time!
that I don't understand.
What a time!
That I don't understand. But I would be locked in. Yeah, I would be locked in. Okay, I think we're done here. Thank you guys for joining us.
Hilarious.
For all things gin and juice. We will be back. Love is Blind, I'm out.
Oh, I haven't been watching.
Have you watched? I'm out. I'm not convinced I'll be back. I watched through 6 episodes, the first batch of episodes, and then I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of like this new. I don't even think I watched. I think I watched 1 episode of the new batch, and I was like, I still don't know these people's names. There was a black couple, and I said, I don't even remember y'all. So I know I'm out. I'm done. Are you watching?
I'm not watching Love is Blind. Sorry. I pulled up the Luigi indictment because I wanted to be
Okay, what
correct
is
in what
it?
I was saying. He is charged with stalking, but it's travel in interstate commerce. Interstate meaning you cross state lines. Count 2 is again stalking. Count 3 is murder through use of a firearm, and then count 4 is a firearms offense. So just the firearm. So the interstate, it's the crossing of state lines. Okay, sorry, but no, I'm not watching Love is
So
Blind.
what? So
I've tried many times. I'm not doing it, and I'm not going to make myself do it.
No, if you're in it, if you are still in it, to be honest, that is a sign of perseverance.
Yes.
Like seriously, truly, if you are watching Love is Blind and you hate it and you have decided to continue on,
All the best to you.
Know that you have perseverance and you can do anything you set your mind to.
Absolutely.
Do not take for granted the fact that you are a superhero.
Because no, I hated it so bad that I started watching old seasons of Married at First Sight.
Oh.
That's because I was left without because I caught up. So I'm watching another season.
Well, that's good. What season are you on? Because
New Orleans.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's with Imani.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Karen's in
Yep.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's a good season. I was gonna say, last thing I'm gonna say. I watched Baylan's. I forget the name of the show, but the girl that has Tourette syndrome that was on TikTok. She has a new show on TLC.
Oh, nice.
I've watched like 8 episodes of this show.
It's good?
I really enjoy it.
Oh.
The other thing that it is funny in a way that I don't think that they intend to be funny, but it's actually, I find myself like laughing out loud. She's recently got engaged, and she is trying to find an apartment so her and her fiance can live on her own. Her dad gave this speech to her. At the time, they weren't even engaged. It was just her boyfriend. And he said to her with saws around, electric saws around, if something happens to my daughter, I'm coming after you.
Does he also have Tourette's?
No.
Just a girl. It's a great show.
Oh, straight. Did he not? Straight. Thank you. Straight faced. And that little boy was like,
What? That is terrible.
he was stressed completely. I felt stressed for him. This is my daughter. And if something happens to her, I can't sleep. And if I'm giving her over to you, I'm coming after you.
You better not sleep either.
Nothing better.
Nobody's sleeping.
Nothing.
Except her. She gets beauty rest. The
That
rest
man,
of us are up.
the mom is a little bit more. Now she is serious too and about her business when it comes to the daughter. But that daddy means business. Okay, that's my baby girl, and if something happens to her, I'm gonna find you.
What is it on?
TLC.
Oh, Max.
Okay,
Max,
there you
okay.
go. I think I watch it on like Philo or something, or one of the things like that.
Many streaming services that we're paying for these days.
I can't wait. Anyway, it's a good show. If you haven't watched it, in the event you don't have anything else to watch, I actually am really enjoying it. It's not something you should review because it's really not nothing going on like that, but it is a good time to watch it. I am still watching Sister Wives. Ain't nothing happening there either. Somebody asked me that. I just watch because ain't nothing happening there either. It's just a bunch of confessionals and I'm over that.
Hilarious.
All right. Bye.
Bye.